So let's start with the Lakers' loss, though. All 5 Memphis starters scored in double figures. Why? They weren't sitting around staring at Ja. Talent and value are 2 different things. If you look at the last 2 seasons, including the playoffs, the Grizzlies statistically, with Ja and without him, they win a little more. They're much better defensively. Their net rating is double. They're a better team without him. I'm sorry. Sorry, fanboys. They are. That's why Atlanta's thinking of trading Trae Young. When you let 19-year-olds come into a sport, they're not emotionally ready, and they're not great basketball players. They're great shooters or great scorers. But Ja Morant's a highlight phenom. He's absolutely athletic. He's a blast to watch. He's not a great basketball player overall. He's a great scorer. This is not a small sample size. It's 50 games. And they're better defensively. They're better offensively slightly. They move the ball better. Listen, when Tim Duncan or Michael Jordan or Bird or Magic or LeBron or Steph, when they leave a team, the team collapses. As big and as successful as Apple was, Steve Jobs left, they almost went insolvent. They had plenty of good engineers, designers around the building. He comes back, they flourish. You know, Steph Curry didn't walk into this league ready to carry a team. He needed a running mate. He needed to get stronger. He needed the right coaching. He needed to mature. Steph wasn't a great basketball player year 2 in this league. Ja Morant's not a great basketball player. He's a highlight. He leaves, they're better. 50-game sample size. Last year he left, they were better. Last night, they were better. The best quarter the Lakers have had in this series was the 3rd quarter in Game 1. Ja was on the floor. The best quarter the Grizzlies have had was the 1st quarter last night. Ja wasn't. And did you notice Tyus Jones? LeBron James noticed this. Tyus Jones has led the NBA in assist-to-turnover ratio 5 straight years. He's the backup. So you get fewer turnovers, you get more assists, you get better defense, you get more passing. LeBron saw it. He knew what he was up for.
They're just as a dangerous team when Tyus is starting. So they don't miss a beat, and we knew that. No matter if Ja's in the game, if Ja's starting, dangerous. If Ty is starting, dangerous. So it didn't change our approach.
I know that's hard for people to wrap their brains around, because you watch a Trae Young or you watch Ja Morant, but you know who else watches them when they first come into the league? GMs and scouts. And everybody in the first year to year and a half is like, wow. And then you start, through film, picking apart their game and seeing what they can't do. And there's a lot of things Ja doesn't do particularly well. Dribbles too much, sometimes flashy, doesn't play defense. I can like Trae Young and Ja Morant, like them both. But there is a difference between value and talent. He's talented. He is not statistically that valuable. Maybe to merchandise and ticket sales, but the numbers don't lie. Through 2 years. Last night, they looked great. They passed. They moved. It's not a shot at Ja Morant. It's a reality check for the fanboys and the people who vote on awards that confuse value and talent. So I saw this yesterday. We talked about this yesterday at some length, but it's worth discussing. So according to Woj, the Warriors' reaction to Draymond Green's suspension, they weren't mad at Draymond. They're livid that the league suspended him. They understood the technical. Sabonis got 1. Draymond got 1. They're not mad at Draymond. They're mad at the league. By the way, when Draymond punched Poole, Kerr said it. He was mad the video got out. Okay, they know what he brings. They don't have 4 titles without him. You and I have much more access today than the Michael Jordan era. But if the video ever surfaced of Michael Jordan punching Steve Kerr, you would have lined up to defend him. Michael's a winner. Michael's relentless. Steve Kerr's got to understand his role. That's what you would have said. How do I know you would have said that? Because that's what you said when Bobby Knight choked a player, Patrick Reed, and video surfaced. Because Bobby Knight won. Well, Patrick Reed, it wasn't really a choke. I had a co-host that literally argued that. It depends on the angle of the video. No, it's a choke. You can't touch somebody's son. And they lined up to defend him because he won. Bulls fans love when Rodman was annoying the Lakers or the Pistons or the Celtics. Everybody in New York adored Charles Oakley, though he couldn't score, couldn't shoot. Everybody loves the obnoxious attorney when he's defending your case. In the end, for all the access people have today, and we have a lot, we probably have only 10 to 15% of the access the Warriors do. They know what he's like at practice, in meetings, on team planes, on the road, galvanizing people. Said this yesterday, great offensive teams can get very complacent because it's so easy. Great defensive teams don't. They know it's hard work, toughness, but great offensive teams are so skilled. Go back to that Kobe Shaq team after they won the first title. I mean, it was just one of those, they couldn't wait to get to the playoffs. The regular season was tedious. And so Steve Kerr, once again, they know what he provides. You don't have to like it, but I've watched my entire career. Everybody in Dallas hates T.O. Oh, wait, he's a Cowboy? We love T.O. Everybody in Detroit loved Lambeer, Rodman, the tough guys, Maurice Lucas in Portland. So I don't want to hear about this is outrageous. I could make an argument that Sacramento smartly has found their version of Draymond. Now, he hasn't kicked anybody in the groin, but Sabonis is tough. He's theatrical. He's annoying. One of the first signs you're respected in this league when they call you annoying. He's writhing in pain. He's theatrical. He uses the ball the Warriors are claiming now as a weapon to bang on guys. He's all elbows. Again, he hasn't kicked anybody in the groin, but he's becoming a little bit like all championship teams have. Kind of an annoying big guy who cleans the glass and takes the tough assignments and gets into the other team's head. Here's Steve Kerr on Draymond's suspension.
He's the ultimate competitor, and everybody knows he's going to occasionally, tip over the edge, and his emotions get the best of him, and that's part of it. Draymond is incredibly competitive and passionate and fiery, and he's helped us win 4 championships. I've said it many times. We don't have a single championship here without Draymond Green, and that's the truth.
Mm-hmm. Winning is messy, if you want to be honest about it. There's a edginess to it. There's tension, and certainly he's crossed that line. But he's been punished for it. Draymond's not perfect, but I haven't met anybody that's perfect. But all in, he's been a big part of a lot of winning.
Inside the building, Steph's 1 and Draymond's 2. He's the tough guy for a finesse-shooting, highly skilled team. Colin, you just defend him because... No, I defend him because great teams... Dillon Brooks in Memphis, they've found their guy. They're not winning yet, but there is value in this. The game's gotten more finesse. It's more about shooting. Nobody bangs away. Everybody pulls up for threes. You need a tough guy. You need an edge. Draymond provides it. All right, J-Mac, so tonight we get Suns Clips. We get Warriors